Students first. Foul number 13. We will have her first team second. Really, Thomas. Balls on the 24, Burgess Rivers, team's third. Emily Parsons into the Leaders. USN ball starts second quarter. Ball number 22,
Audio input capture is getting nothing.
She looks to Thomas once again. Finds Cornelius open. Cornelius looking for somebody to get the ball. She carries it out. Double dribble. No, the double dribble is not called. Thomas makes a pass back to Jackson. That was a surprising lack of a call from the ref. Pick is set by Parsons. Jackson there's a back out behind the three-point line. She's looking for something to do with the ball. And pick is set by Thomas. Brooke now guarding Jackson. Shot is put up. Foul is called. 2 free throws for Ezel Harding. Free throw is up. Ezel Harding takes the lead. Ellen McQueen gets substituted in for fellow sophomore Leah Payne. Dabney Moore looks like she's about to check into the game as well. Rebounded by Charlotte Sigmund. Charlotte passes it to Brooke. Brooke carries the ball with speed. She looks for passing up. She finds Sydney. Sydney from behind the line. It is up and good. USN once again takes the lead. It is 16-14. Very close game here so far. Jackson has the ball. She drives in, makes a good pass to Parsons. Pass back out goes to Cornelius. Cornelius to Parsons. Parsons looking for a passing option. She finds Thomas. Thomas with the ball. And her shot, she draws a foul. Once again, Ezel Harding going to the line.
1, 2, 4.
And you said it, Rudy, this game's been really close, and it just has that feeling like it's going to be either a 1-point game or a 15-point game when it's all said and done. This game has been a game of runs. Both teams have responded to the other's punches, and we'll see if one team kind of takes over towards the end of the second quarter and into the second half, or if it remains neck and neck until the very end.
She passes it to Kendall. Kendall carrying the ball with speed. She looks for Leah. Finds her. She goes to Neha. Neha puts up a shot. Foul is called on Ezel Harding, USN. They still hold a 2-point lead. It is 16-14. Neha looks to extend that lead from the charity stripe. First free throw up and good. 17-14 is the score. USN Tigers lead. Ezel Harding cheerleaders trying to make as much noise as possible. Second free throw is up and it is no good. Rebounded by McQueen. She puts it up and it is good. USN goes up 5. This is the largest, I believe, largest lead anyone's had this game. Still a slim margin though. Pass made out of bounds, it hits. Goes out of bounds, picked up by a cheerleader, and USN will inbound it. Inbound goes to Kendall. Kendall carrying the ball. Ella has the ball from beyond the three-point line. Passes it to Dabney. Over to Leah. Leah carries in, sends it back out to Kendall. Kendall for 3. Just short. Ball pops out. Cornelius gets the rebound. McQueen guarding her well. But Ezel Harding will get out, and Jackson will carry the ball into their offensive zone. Jackson looking for a passing option. She can't find one. She'll bring it in her own. Leah guarding her well. They're starting to put 2 on her, and the shot is airballed. Leah Payne gets the rebound.
And I hope the Tigers are noticing, but Jackson has this one dribble move that she always does in the post there. She kind of takes it back out with this little hesitation dribble, like she's going to pull it back out and then just immediately dives right back in. It's worked for her almost every time. She hasn't scored on every possession that she's used it, but she's always getting to the rim, always creating contact. So the Tigers should be quick to at least double team or get another body on her in the post there, so she can't pull that move that much more often.
And it seems like as of late, the Tigers have been guarding Jackson better than they did at the beginning of the game. She's becoming less of a factor, and from time to time they're double teaming her, which is really smart from a coaching perspective. Cornelius puts up a three. Lisa Harding, it's no good, rebounded by Parsons. Kendall steals the ball. She goes in for a layup. It is no good, unfortunately. Ball out of bounds, but it'll be USN Tigers ball. Parsons touched it right before it went out. That was a huge turnover caused by Kendall, and let's see if they can capitalize on it right here. Dabney to inbound it. She looks for Ella. Ella puts up a quick shot, and it's good. USN goes up 7 points. It is 21-14 with 3 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Jackson carries the ball. She's dribbling slowly, looking for an option. Pick is set by McGill. Jackson, once again guarded by Leah, makes a pass out to Cornelius. Cornelius. It is going to be USN Tigers ball. Leah will inbound the ball to Kendall. Kendall to Leah. Leah to Ella. Ella gets called for a traveling. I don't know about that one. That was a questionable call. But nonetheless, it'll be Ezel Harding Eagles ball. Cornelius and the inbound to Jackson. Jackson calling a play. Thomas is trying to get open, and Jackson seems like she's going to stand there with the ball. This is good. Dabney gets called for a push. It'll be an inbound at the baseline for the Eagles. No, it won't be an inbound. It'll be 2 free throws. USN. Ezel Harding is in the double bonus. Thomas's second free throw is up, and it is good. 21-16 is the score. USN's lead is narrowed to 5 points as it was before. Leah carries the ball with speed. She's looking for an option. She passes to McQueen. McQueen puts it up. Shot is missed. Picked up by Parsons. Parsons pass intercepted by Leah. She puts up a quick layup. USN once again up 7 points. Very good defense and good hustle from Leah. Gives USN another 2 points to extend their lead to what it was once before. Jackson with the ball. She's in a hesitation move we were talking about. She brings it back in, passes it out to Parsons. Parsons gets called for a travel. It'll be USN ball once again. Can they capitalize and make it a 9 or 10 point game? We will see. Kendall has the ball. She looks for Leah. Leah catches the pass. Goes to Kendall, back out to Leah beyond the 3-point line. Carries it and back out to Kendall. Kendall puts up a shot. It is no good, but rebounded by Leah. Leah almost travels. She does travel. And it'll be Eagles ball. Thomas carries the ball. She puts up a shot from distance. Rebound is picked up by Ella. Ella passes to Kendall. Kendall carries the ball, goes to Leah. Leah pass intercepted by Thomas. She will go in for a quick layup. Kendall hustling back, but not fast enough to stop her. It is a 5-point game once again. 23-18 is the score. As Dabney has possession of the ball, she passes it to Leah. Leah dribbles. She makes a pass, and she is stepped out of bounds. It looks like. Oh no, it'll be a foul. Foul called on Ezo Harding. It'll be inbounded by Dabney. My apologies for that.
So this Brook checks back into this game. Revisiting the foul trouble here for the Tigers. They got 9 fouls in the first half. The Ezo Harding just 5. Tigers not doing a great job of staying on the right side of the foul contest in this game, and we'll see if that has any effect on their play heading into the second half.
Yeah, it seems like USN is doing the opposite of what you said in terms of trying to get Ezo Harding into foul trouble, and that's really not good.
If only they just listened to us, you know, Reed, maybe we'd make a difference.
Maybe we should be the new coaches. Pass to Leah. In the paint to Ella. Ella puts up a quick shot and she misses. No travel called. And another fast break. Ezo Harding, and that travel is called as Thomas missed the shot anyway. 26.4 seconds remain on the clock. USN has a lead of 5 points, and it looks like they might take the last shot here, but we'll see how it turns out. Brooke carries it, passes to Dabney. Dabney in the paint to Ella. No thoughts of the last shot as Ella puts up a quick one to put USN up by 7 points. Ezo Harding now, ball with under 10 seconds remaining. Jackson walks into the zone, and she makes a quick move. Puts up a shot, no good, but she is fouled. Foul called on number 31, Ellen Wayne. With 1.5 seconds remaining, Ezo Harding will get 2 free throws, and first free throw is up and is good. If this second one is good, USN will have a chance to put up a buzzer beater, but if not, it will go to the half with a 6-point lead. Free throw is good. Let's see if they get that last shot. Leah throws it up. Oh, just misses once again. We head into the half, USN with a 25-20 lead. It seems like Ezo Harding's offensive power has been shut down to a certain extent, and if USN continues that, they will be putting up more and more points and extending this lead even further in the next half. Welcome back. Halftime is just about over, and we'll be returning to some USN basketball action as USN goes into the second half with a 25-20 point lead. What are your thoughts on the Tigers' defense in the first half? I think they started out slow, especially allowing Jackson to get a lot of points. But they really shut her down, and she seemed to be the focal point of that offense. So if they can continue to do what they did in that second quarter, I think USN will have some more success in the second half.
I agree. Tigers usually very staunch on defense. Seem to be so as well tonight, but can definitely do a better job, tune some things up. Let's see if their Coach Jules' halftime speech really drove this team to make some defensive adjustments.
Brooke has the ball. She passes it to Dabney. Intercepted by Azel Harding. And it'll be Azel Harding ball after a 3-second paint violation. Jackson once again carries the ball for Azel Harding. Pass is made to Thomas. Thomas from beyond the three-point line. Shot is up. It is no good. It will be Tigers ball. Brooke receives the inbound. Carries it into USN. Pass goes out to Leah. Leah puts up a shot. It is good, but the she's called for a charge, so the bucket will not count. It'll be Azel Harding. That is their second foul of the game. And that is the USN's first foul of the half. Screen is set. Jackson passes out to Cornelius. Cornelius from beyond the arc. No good. Rebound. Will not be picked up. And it's USN ball. Brooke has the ball. She passes it to Sydney. Goes to Dabney. Dabney gets in for layup, but she misses. Rebound. Picked up by Leah. And it'll be USN ball after a lot of people touched it before it went out of bounds. Possession will go to the Tigers. Brooke will inbound it. She finds Dabney open, wide open for three, but she doesn't take the shot. She passes it to Leah. Once again, USN spends 3 seconds in the paint, and it'll be Azel Harding's ball. That is a constant mistake the USN has repeated
Box out, guys.
multiple
Box out when the
times.
shot goes up.
And the possession now belongs to the Eagles of Azel Harding. Foul is going to be called on Dabney Moore. Thomas carries the ball. She looks for a passing option. She sends two dribbles. Passes to Jackson. Jackson looking for someone to pass to. Screen is set by McGill. She carries it in the zone. Puts up a long layup shot. Missed. Rebounded by Ella. Pass is made to Sydney. Sydney from maybe down there. It doesn't matter. Shot is no good. And pass is made to Jackson. Jackson with the ball. She goes into the paint, goes for a layup. It is good. Azel Harding narrows USN's lead to 3 points. Once again, it's a close game as it has been the entire time so far. Pass goes to Brooke. To Leah. Leah into the paint to Ella. She puts up a shot. It is good. USN once again up 5 points. The score is 27-22. And wide open lane, but Ella comes in and blocks it. Foul will be called though. And Azel Harding will get 2 shots from the free throw line. Pardon me. Maya Thomas will be taking these 2 shots. The first free throw will fall. It's a 4-point game, and Neha now getting subbed into the game to replace Ella. Second free throw is up, and it is no good. Rebounded by McGill. She puts up a shot, and it is good. That's her first bucket of the night. And it is now a 2-point game. She makes the pass to Kendall. Kendall to Leah. Leah gets around the defender, puts up a shot, and it is good. Very nice move by Leah Payne. And it is now a 4-point lead for USN. Shot from 3-point land is up. No good. Rebounded by Brooke. Brooke makes the pass to Sydney. Sydney's shot for 2 is up. And it's good. That's a long 2-pointer. And that will extend USN's lead to 6 points. The score is 31-25. Thomas with the ball. She is fouled. That is going to be the team's 3rd foul of the half. Actually, it'll be their 4th foul of the half.
And the Tigers haven't really played a perfect game tonight by any means. Some defensive miscues, some foul trouble, but they just seem to be out executing the Eagles in every facet of the game. And this lead is only 6. As you see, the Isa Harding way, it makes it 4 now, so definitely still a close game. Tigers got to shore up some of their early mistakes and miscues if they want to build a more substantial lead, but both teams not really hitting their stride in the first half. Let's see if they can do so in the second.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's been a lot of missed opportunity on Isa Harding's offensive side, and there have only been 2 buckets that have been scored by players who are not Isabella Jackson or Maya Thomas. So the lack of production by the other players, I think that's really something that can affect Isa Harding in a negative way. And it seems like other players seem to be afraid to shoot the ball. So if USN can take advantage of that, double team those 2 star players and sort of see how Isa Harding reacts to it, I think you'd see some more success on USN's defensive side. Foul is called Isa Harding. It'll be inbounded by Brooke Burgess. 3 USN players seem to be making a wall, but now they spread out. Leah's open, but the pass is intercepted by Thomas. Thomas on a fast break, only Kendall to stop her. But her layup is no good. It'll be USN ball. The foul is called on Isa Harding. Now Thomas has 4 fouls. She is in foul trouble. And we'll see if they'll take her out of the game, but it seems like they might not want to, since she is one of the focal points of this offense, one of the few people who have been scoring points this game. Shot from 3-point land is no good. Jump ball is called. Possession arrow will go. Possession will go to the Isa Harding Eagles. Cornelius will inbound the ball. Pass is made to Thomas. It is now once again a 2-point game, 31-29, although it doesn't really feel like that, as USN has been the more dominant team so far in this game. Pass goes out to Kendall. She shoots for 3, but she overshoots it. Isa Harding now has a chance to even the scores up if they make a bucket here. Jackson comes in, she takes a shot, airballs it, and they go out of bounds, and Leah Payne.
I love this analogy, Reed. I've used it in the past, but this feels like one of those football games where one team is just executing a lot better than the other, but they have 1 or 2 turnovers, and it's almost seemingly tied as they get late into the 3rd and entering the 4th quarter. So USN, feels like the dominating team in this game, but we look up at the scoreboard and it's only a 2-point gap. Isa Harding doing a good job of taking advantage of the Tigers' mistakes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Shai. USN and Easel Harding seem to be in a bit of a cheerleading match. The two cheerleading teams competing against one another. But now we're back to basketball. As Brooke will inbound the ball. Dabney catches the pass. She dribbles to the left. So Leah catches the pass. She goes into Charlotte. Charlotte puts up a shot. It was no good. And Brooke steals the pass, but she steps out of bounds. Eagles once again have possession. Shot is put up by Russell, but it's no good. It'll be USN's ball. Two minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Pass is made to Kendall, but it's too high. She fails to catch it, and it'll go out of bounds.
Sit down and get it back. Let's go.
Eagles with possession once again. Jackson carries the ball, guarded by Kendall.
Screen, let's screen.
Tight coverage on this USN
Right side.
defense. Jackson comes in, she passes it out. Shot is put up, missed, rebounded by Cornelius. Pass made to Thomas. Thomas back to Cornelius. Cornelius for a deep three-pointer. She misses, rebounded by Charlotte. Charlotte makes the pass to Kendall. Kendall moves into the paint. She takes a shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Easel Harding. That was McGill in the rebound. And now Jackson carries the ball once again with speed. Covered by Charlotte. She gets past her. Makes the pass. And the shot is no good. Rebounded by Charlotte. Kendall carries the ball for USN. She makes the pass to Brooke. Brooke looks like she's looking for a shot, and a foul is called on USN, an offensive foul. And like we said earlier, it's just each team seems to be, whether it's missing a shot or getting a foul, turnover after turnover. Haven't been points scored in the past few minutes. We'll see if that'll change in a few minutes. Jackson dribbles it on the Tiger logo. She's looking for someone to pass to. Looks like she's looking for Thomas, who's guarded by Dabney. She takes it herself, still behind the three-point line. She makes the pass. And there's going to be a timeout called by the Easel Harding Eagles. So far in this game, it seems like the sophomores, the Tigers, really been producing very well for this offense. Because, especially with Leah Payne and Hannah Brutus, so much hustle from these players. It's intercepting passes, stealing the ball, just making hustle plays get quick layups. They've really been producing well for this Tigers offense.
These last couple of minutes have been a scoring impasse a little bit. It reminded me a little bit of the 2016 NBA Finals Game 7. Warriors and Cavaliers. Neither team seemed like they wanted to score the ball. The last 6 or so minutes of the fourth quarter produced a lot of great Hall of Fame NBA moments, as you remember the block and Kyrie Irving's three-pointer with about a minute left. So I would predict the next team to score in this game is going to go on and eventually win.
Pass intercepted by Kendall. Hustle play by a talented player. Pass goes to Leah. Leah makes the pass to Ella, but it's intercepted by McGill. McGill goes in for a shot. No good. Rebounded. Thomas puts up a shot, and there's now a tie game, 31-31, with under a minute remaining in this third quarter. Pass goes to Sydney. Sydney looks for Leah. Leah to Ella, and she fails to catch a pass. That will be out on Easel Harding, so USN will have possession. They'll inbound the ball shortly. Dabney makes the pass to Sydney. Sydney puts up a shot, misses. Ella McCoy with the rebound. Ella misses her shot. Leah puts up a shot after rebound. And foul will be called on Payne. No, it will not. Leah Payne will be going to the free throw line. Apologies for that. That is the third foul of the afternoon, or of the half, for Ezel Harding. His first free throw, up and good. USN back on top. His second free throw is up, and it's no good. Rebounded by Cornelius. Cornelius passes to Jackson.
Right side, right side!
Jackson will bring the ball over midcourt line. Pick is set by McGill. Jackson. And she seems like she's running out of energy. She's been playing hard this entire game. USN's defense might want to take advantage of that. Number 22, Danielle Russell, seems to be all alone with very little coverage for good reason from Ella McQueen. And Ezel Harding doesn't seem to want to pass it to her. But Jackson takes it herself, misses it. Leah Payne with the rebound. Shot. She's unable to get it off. And interestingly, at the end of all three quarters, the ball has been in Leah Payne's hands. 8 minutes remain in this game. We are in the fourth quarter. Pass goes to Dabney into Ella. Leah makes an outstanding effort to keep the ball in bounds, and Sydney puts up a shot to put the Tigers up by 3. Incredible effort by Leah Payne to keep that ball in. That may end up being a crucial play to decide the outcome of this game. USN needed that. Timeout called by Ezel Harding. They have 3 timeouts remaining. They have 2 timeouts remaining in this game. Lots of timeouts. And once again, each team's cheerleaders going at it, trying to be louder than the other. After the timeout, there's 7 minutes and 40 seconds left. Estelle Cornelius to inbound the ball for Ezel Harding. And the travel is called on Ezel Harding to Maya Thomas.
Really smart defense from the Tigers. As Thomas didn't even see Debbie Moore standing right there.
USN once again with the ball, and they can take even further lead ball in the bounds after Jackson touches it to break up the pass from Kendall Burgess, Dabney in the inbound. She passes it to Kendall, goes to Sydney. Sydney for a long 2-pointer. Once again it falls. Sydney Neal has been hitting shots all night, as she has been all season. 36-31 is the score. Tigers with a 5-point lead with a little over 7 minutes remaining in this game. Ball intercepted by Kendall. She slows it down after she picks it up to maintain possession. She looks for Sydney. Sydney beyond the arc. Passes it to Dabney, who makes the pass to Kendall. Kendall all the way across court to Sydney. Sydney for 3, and she knocks it down. Sydney has been hitting long shots all night, and it's her first three-pointer so far in tonight's game. 6 minutes and 41 seconds remain. Thomas makes the pass, picked up by Cornelius, goes to McGill. McGill back, and no foul called on USN. Now a travel will be called on Ezo Harding. Ezo Harding, their team and coach is not happy about that one. But that is the call, traveling, and now with a 6-point lead, USN has the ball once again.
And that's just so tough because it was a travel. We both saw it, Reed. From our vantage point, we could clearly tell, but it's just so frustrating when the call comes as late as it does. You feel like you got away with one and then you don't.
USN extends the lead to 10 points. The score is now 41-31. USN looks like they're starting to break away. And it seems like it's just Ezo Harding's players getting tired because of that lack of depth, which we talked about early in this game. Jackson makes a shot is blocked. It'll be a foul called on USN. Push is called on Kendall Burgess. So Ezo Harding will inbound it under their own basket. Pass goes to Thomas. Sydney playing good defense on her. Pass goes out to Cornelius for 3. No jump shot is no good, and Kendall picks the rebound up. Foul is called on Ezo Harding. Kendall Burgess does a good job drawing the foul. By USN. On the baseline, it'll be Dabney Moore who makes the inbound pass. Pass goes to Ella. She makes a pass to Leah. Foul is called. Leah Payne will be going to the free throw line. She'll be getting 2 shots, and if she makes these, USN will extend the lead to the largest. It already is the largest lead it's been tonight at 10, but they can extend it even further and make it a 12-point lead. It will not be free throws, actually. It'll be inbound once again on the baseline. Pass goes to Ella McQueen. Batted away. Dabney. Sydney to McQueen. Ella puts up a shot. It is good. 12 points is now the lead for the USN Tigers. It's 43-31. And now trailing by 12 points. Ezo Harding is now in the bonus. 7 fouls on the half for USN, and they will have a 1-and-1 at the free throw line. Amaya Thomas's first shot. It's up. It is good. She'll get another. Thomas's second shot. It's up. It is good as well. So she narrows the lead to 10 points. Leah travels. Ezo Harding will inbound it right above the USN logo. Pass is made to Thomas, almost intercepted by Dabney, but Thomas maintains possession. She loses the ball but picks it back up, only to have it blocked by Ella. Sydney was open down court, but Dabney did not see her. Pass goes to Leah. Out of bounds. No, it's saved by Leah once again. We've seen it before. Dabney puts up a shot. Looks like she was fouled, but there's no foul called. Jackson on the fast break makes the pass to Thomas. And shot is good. Ezo Harding on a bit of a point streak. They have narrowed the lead to 8 points. Ella goes to Sydney. Sydney puts up a short 2-pointer, rebounded by She gets her own rebound, puts it back up. It is now a 10-point game. 45-35 is the score with 4 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the game. Blocked by Ella McQueen. Dabney gets the rebound, picks it up. Leah carries it back to Dabney. Dabney stands there with it, looking for an option. Passes it to Sydney. Sydney dribbles the ball. Leah goes back to Sydney. To Ella. Over to Dabney. Dabney puts up a shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Kendall. Timeout called by USN. Smart decision by Coach Jules to maintain the possession. And Shai, what do you think has been the biggest factor in USN extending the lead to 10 points this quarter?
Well, there was a stretch where they just couldn't seem to make any mistakes. You know, their shots were falling, long range, short range. Defensively, they were getting chip passes, they were getting steals, they were getting rebounds. They were extending their own possessions, and just an all-around great performance, great couple of minutes there by the Tigers to open up this fourth quarter. Kind of slowed down a bit. Saw a 12-point lead at one point. It's 10 currently. So, you know, these last couple of possessions have gone a little bit more in Isa Harding's favor, but let's see if the Tigers can, you know, keep that mojo, keep that momentum going, and finish out this game strong.
And we touched on this a little bit earlier, but let's just take a second to appreciate the hustle of number 13, Leah Payne. She's made 2 really impressive athletic plays to keep the ball in bounds, to give the Tigers more offensive opportunity. And a lot of the plays is really just keeping the momentum for the Tigers. And yes, they've gotten points, but I think some of the plays she made back when it was still a 2-point, 3-point or so game, some of those ridiculous saves she made really gave the Tigers the momentum they needed to go on such a good run to give the Tigers this lead. Now the pass goes to Kendall for 3. Her shot is no good. Rebounded. No, it'll be a jump ball. Isa Harding. 4 minutes and 10 seconds remain in this ball game, and it is a 10-point game. Good ball by Cornelius. Pass goes to Jackson. Jackson guarded by Kendall.
Clear! Pin coming!
Shot is up and no good. Ella gets the rebound pass. Kendall with speed goes into the paint, and she travels with it. It'll be Isa Harding ball once again. Jackson with the ball. She's got some speed, but she's guarded well by this Tigers defense. Pass goes to Cornelius. Cornelius for 3, and it is good. Another 3-pointer for the Isa Harding offense. The Tigers lead has been shortened to 7 points. Still much more than they had before. Timeout is called. And so Shai, if you're Coach Jules right now, you've got a 7-point lead, 3 minutes and 38 seconds left. What are you thinking about during this timeout?
We've got a couple good ball handlers on this team, and I think the most important thing is you don't just want to hold it, you know? You don't just want to disrupt your offensive flow. If Isa Harding makes a couple of baskets, all of a sudden you need to generate offense, and it's a lot harder to do so when you haven't in 2 minutes than when you have been. So in terms of half-court offense, you know, be slow with it. Take the right opportunity. Get the open pass, the open look. But don't just rush anything. Don't just drive in and shoot a layup or a wild contested shot right away. Definitely take some time off the clock. Take each possession, handle the ball with care, and look to close this game out strong.
Well said. Sydney on the inbound. She makes the pass to Brooke. Brooke back to Sydney. Sydney to Ella. She passes to Dabney. Pass goes to Leah. And it's intercepted by Jackson. Really good hustle from Jackson on that play to disrupt that offense. USN, that was a really good play that was drawn up during that timeout. And now Dabney will inbound it. She looks to Sydney. Sydney jumps, makes a touch. Shot no good. On the play. Once again, he shoots her rebound. Sydney puts it out. Fouls called on number 22, Daniel Russell. Sydney Neal will go to the line for a chance to put USN up by 8 or 9 points. Shot is up and good. USN with an 8-point lead. The score is 46-38. Sydney Neal with her second free throw. The shot is up. No good. Almost rebounded by USN, but Thomas picks it up.
He loses the ball for a second, picks it back up. Makes a pass over to Jackson.
Right side, there you go, good
Jackson does a spin move.
Great
Kicks it out. Shot hits the rim. No good. Rebounded by Ella. Goes to Sydney.
Sydney slows the momentum, slows the pace down to burn some of that clock. Pass goes to Ella. Ella's shot off the backboard. Good. Now, once again, a 10-point game. Thomas with the ball. She tries to kick it out to Cornelius. Does after a struggle. Cornelius with a shot, no good. Jackson once again with the ball. Behind the three-point line. What will she do with it? She spins out, and foul is going to be called on Dabney Moore. That is the 8th foul of the half for the USN Tigers. Similarly, they're in the bonus. Lisa Harding will get a 1-and-1 right here. First shot is no good, rebounded by Leah, but it looks... Trying to find out what the call is from the ref. Looks like Leah might have stepped over the line too early.
Give the same call down here, ref.
Shot is up and good. And now her second shot, or in reality, the third shot. Jackson will be taking from the free throw line right here. Free throw is up, and it is no good. Rebounded by Leah Payne. Leah looks to Burgess, who goes to Ella. Finds Sydney open right below the basket. She picks it up. It is an 11-point game. The score is 50-39. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Isa Harding needs some fast points. Pass goes to Cornelius. Cornelius for 3. And they got those fast points I was talking about.
And I blame you, Reed. You really just jinxed us there.
Pass intercepted.
Backcourt.
It'll be a backcourt violation. Jackson. USN ball once again, just when Isa Harding thought they had a break. They did not get it.
Beat the ball!
Inbound goes to Dabney.
Leah, look at the ball!
Dabney with the pass to Leah. Leah to Ella. Ella puts up a shot. It's good. She extends the lead to 13 points. With a little under 2 minutes remaining in the game, Jackson makes the pass to Cornelius. Cornelius back to Jackson. Isa Harding's going to need some three-point shots if they want to have a chance to win. She goes in for a 2, but she is fouled by Ella. Referee does not think she got ball. So it'll be a shooting foul. And that is Elm McQuain's 4th foul of the game. There'll be 2 free throws here for Isabella Jackson. Jackson's first free throw is up, and it is good. The lead is now 9 points. Second free throw, good as well. It's now an 8-point game with 1:40 remaining on the clock. Leah passes back to Ella. Ella over to Brooke. Brooke to Sydney. Sydney goes to Dabney. Dabney over to Ella. Ella for a 2. Long 2-pointer is no good. Rebounded by Isa Harding. Ella intercepts the pass. And Thomas appears to perhaps be injured. It'll be Isa Harding ball, as it was USN who last touched the ball. 1:24 left on the clock. 8-point differential between these teams. Isa Harding still has a chance. A slim chance, but still a chance. Jackson makes the pass. Shot is back. Ella gets the rebound. She goes to Sydney. Fast break for Sydney Neal. She puts up the layup. It is good.
10 points separate these two teams with
a minute and 2 seconds remaining. You can just about call this game. Cornelius shoots for 3, no good. Rebounded by Wolf. Foul will be called. Jackson Harding. USN ball with 55 seconds remaining on the clock. USN will go to the line. They are now in the bonus as Isa Harding has 7 fouls. So Brooke will be shooting a 1-and-1. Shot is up and good. Brooke will shoot one more from the charity stripe with a chance to put the Tigers up by 12 points. Her second free throw is up, no good. Rebounded by Ella. She puts it back up, no good. Once again, she gets her own rebound, misses. And now Thomas has the ball with time winding down. Foul is called on Dagny Moore. She has fouled out of the game. No, she's not. She's 1 away from fouling out. Charlotte Sigmund about to be subbed into the game. Dagny has fouled out of the game. So now Thomas shooting 2 free throws. Her first one is good. It is now a 10-point differential. USN 55, Isa Harding 45. Thomas' second free throw up, no good. Rebounded by Ella. She passes it to Kendall. To Brooke. It's Sydney. Shot is up, no good. And now Thomas on the fast break, she puts up a layup. It is no good. Another shot missed. So it will remain a 10-point game, 27.5 seconds on the clock. Ona will be subbed into the game. Brooke Burgess subbed out. Foul is called on Isabella Jackson. USN will go to the line. Sydney Neal, one of the most reliable shooters on this team, will be shooting a 1-and-1 here. And USN deserved this win. As we said earlier, they've seemed to outplay Isa Harding the entire game. They outworked them, and they really did a good job the entire game. Whether there were turnovers or not, they capitalized when they needed to, and this is an all-around good win by the USN Tigers. Sydney's second free throw is up and good. 12 points separate the teams now with 25.5 seconds left. Thomas goes in, makes the pass, and the shot by Russell is good. Timeout by Isa Harding. Kind of an interesting decision to call a timeout when you're down by 10 points. 18 seconds left, but they've done it nonetheless. And we can now say this is the W in the books for the USN Tigers. This game, 18 seconds left. USN's basically won. What are your overall thoughts?
Coming into the second half, USN needed to shore up on those mistakes that had plagued them in the first. They definitely did so. It's what led them to this run in the fourth. You know, things were still tight early and late in the third quarter, but heading into the fourth quarter, USN executed both on the offensive and defensive end, and it's what got them the win tonight.
Absolutely, it was the execution that got them the win. Charlotte will inbound it to Ona. Ona back to Charlotte, but it's intercepted and bucket is put up by Isa Harding. Pass goes to Ella. Isa Harding with the ball once again. Thomas' shot is And the game just about coming to an end, but a foul is called. So the city will get a last chance to get a few more points on the score sheet. She will go 4-1-1 with 0.6 seconds on the clock. We're up 6 points, but the scoreboard really doesn't tell the whole tale. It's these last few points. Riza Harding have been meaningless to a certain extent. USN absolutely outplayed Riza Harding, and it's been a good win for them. Free throw is good. Score is now 58-51, and she has a chance to make it 59-51. Free throw is up and good. So now there's 0.6 seconds left. USN wins by a final score of 59-51.
Congrats to the Tigers
on a good win. And that'll do it for our coverage of USN girls basketball tonight. Come back in a few minutes for the USN boys varsity basketball game against the same team, the Eagles of Riza Harding.
Everyone is requested to take personal responsibility for keeping this game at a high level of sportsmanship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet tonight's starters. First, for the visiting Eagles, number 2, DJ Reed. Number 3, Jimmy Sepper. Number 4, Victorious Price. Number 11, David Living. And number 23, Braxton Porter. Coach of the club is Mike Williams. And now for your USN!
Welcome back to the Tiger Den. It's been an amazing senior night. As we start the game off here with, is that a technical free throw, I guess? Interesting way to start a basketball game, but you know, it's not a game in the Tiger Den if you don't see everything. So Scutchin hits both free throws, and it will be USN ball to start the game, up 2-0. Interesting rule, but a fun one. So the starters for USN are Josh Scutchin, Jacob Green, Adrian Samuels, Graham Elliott, and Jack Kleiner. Adrian has it on the wing. He looks right now middle, back to Jacob on the left. Jacob driving right. He gets it to Josh in the middle. Josh loses it, but retains possession. Back out to Jacob. Jacob thinks about a shot. No. Looks inside to Jack. And a push-off is called on Jack Kleiner. His first of the game. It will be Ezel's ball for the first time tonight. Slow. Sepper has the ball coming up the court. He gets it to Price. Price back to Sepper at the top of the key. Sepper looking. Tries inside, no good. Back out to Price. Price to the left to Reed. Reed surveys. Dribbles it back out. Gets it to Price at the top once again. Cross back to Reed. Reed goes in and out. And a double dribble carry is called on Reed. It will be the Tigers' ball. Scratcher brings it into the front court. He throws past too high for Jack, but it careens off the backboard. And Kleiner will be heading to the line, shooting 2 free throws. So the first opportunity for a senior to put points on the board in this game is a miss, but Jack will be heading to the line. And an interesting start to the game. I'm not sure what the call was. The refs didn't seem to signal anything from what I could tell. I believe it was a technical free throw because that's what usually happens on technical free throws. But did you guys see anything, Reed?
I couldn't tell what it was, but I'm not complaining because USN's on the board.
I feel the same way as Kleiner's free throws rattle out. Both no good. Ezel will retain possession. Price has the ball on the left side. He drives right. Loses possession, but gets it back, and the pass is tipped and stolen into the hands of Jacob, who gets it back to Adrian. Adrian up the court. He gets it to Josh on the left. Josh thinks, no, back out to Adrian up top. His long three-pointer is just off the mark, rebound Price. Price coming back up the court. The spin move goes inside. One-handed hook shot. No. Rebound Scretchen, who toes the line and stays in bounds. Stretching comes up the other way. Screen set by Elliott. Josh inside, back out to Graham. Graham's shot is no good. His first of the game is no good, but a rebound by Jack. His layup is no good. And Ezel has the ball going the other way. It's Griffith. Griffith inside. His layup is thrown off the backboard. Curled, I should say, and it falls in to tie the game at 2. So Josh with the ball headed the other way. He tries to get Jack inside. No. To the wing to Jack. And a 3-second is called as Kleiner was trying to create separation inside. He got the ball, used a bit too much time there in the paint, and it will be Ezel's. Eagles heading up the court. It's Reed. Excuse me, Sepper. Sepper to Reed now. Back to Sepper. Sepper up top to Griffith. Griffith across to Sepper. And Price misses the layup. Samuels with the rebound. Samuels up top to Scretton. Scretton looks to drive inside but stumbles and retains possession of the ball. Samuels will have it once again. Jack looking to create separation inside. He did. And a hook was called on Coleman. It's his first foul of the game. Ezel's third. Only a couple minutes into this first quarter. Ezel Harding already has 3 fouls. That is good news for the USN Tigers, who usually find themselves on the wrong side of foul trouble. Jacob Green wide open on the far side of the court. His 3-point shot, nothing but net. Was there ever any doubt? And Jacob Green finds the scoreboard for the first time in a while. Beautiful shot. Nice arc by Jacob, and he gets the Tigers a 3-point lead, excuse me. Ezel the other way. It's cross court to Reed. Reed's 3-point shot is good. Very similar on to Jacobs. He ties it up once again. Just under 5 minutes to go in this first quarter. Scretton has the ball now. He thinks, drives right. The tough shot falls in. What a tough shot by Josh. Way to find the bottom of the bucket for him. As more points are scored by the USN Tigers. It's separate the top of the key now. Over to Griffin. Griffin across to Reed. Reed, the same exact shot as the possession before. This time it's an air ball. But Coleman has the tough rebound inside 3 Tigers defenders, and Jack is visibly upset. They should have had that one. Coleman seemed to be the smallest out of the 3 in the paint right there. Adrian, Graham, and Jack all fighting for the ball. But Coleman came up with it, and he will have 2 free throws. USN cheerleaders with no lack of enthusiasm. Bobby Lowe checks into the game for Jack. Finds himself with 2 fouls early. So a great shot by Jacob earlier there in the quarter, Reed. Just an exciting night for him. You know, it's senior night, got the juices flowing. He started this game, hasn't started in a while, and just great for him to, you know, probably calm those early game jitters and get on the board.
Yeah, it seemed like Ezel Harding's defense just didn't even see him, and if USN continues to have plays like that, not really a trick play, but when you sort of sneak behind that defense, they can get a lot of points on the board.
And an interesting call by the ref there. Jacob upset, but Graham quick to calm him down. He knows he can score, and as he said, if the Tigers can continue to get him open, they're going to have a tough night ahead of them. Jacob, once he hits his, hot streak, it's hard to slow him down. Sepper with the ball now. He gets it to Griffin. Griffin inside. Back out to Sepper. Sepper to Reed. Reed back to Sepper. Sepper looking back to Reed. Reed back to Sepper. Will he pass to Reed? No. This time it is to Griffin. Griffin inside to Price. Price across, and it is stolen by Adrian. He tries to throw it in bounds. Stolen again by Sepper, and his tough jump shot is good. That will tie the game at 7 with 3:41 to go in the first quarter. And the first time out of the game is called by Coach Jones. So some good defense by the Tigers there, but just a miscommunication. Adrian falling out of bounds, trying to save it. Probably should have elected to just step out there as Josh was already running up the court. Just a miscommunication, and it resulted in 2 points for the Eagles.
Yeah, it seems like so far the Tigers have been, they've had a lot of misfortune, a lot of foul calls they don't agree with, and miscommunication on the defense, but it's still tied, so they can continue to play well. Once this bad luck sort of goes away, USN can really start to get some more points and run away with this game.
One area of improvement that the Tigers have seen in this game is the foul. Jack Kleiner with 2 early, probably not excited about that, especially on his senior night, but Tigers those are the only 2 fouls in the game for them, and there's under 4 minutes to go, under a half to go in this first quarter. So Coach Jones has to be happy with the way his Tigers are battling on the glass, not picking up too many foul calls, especially on defense, and if they can just shore up those miscues as you were talking about, they can definitely run away with this one. Adrian will inbound to Josh. Josh takes some time up the court. He's got Reed defending. Josh looking, finds Jacob on the wing. Jacob up top, looping pass to Bobby. He corrals it. Gets it to Josh on the left. Graham creating space inside. And no call. Interesting decision by the ref. Graham looks puzzled as well. Russ will check into the game for Jacob, and it will be Ezel's ball heading the other way. Some cheers for Jacob Green as he heads into the bench. Some great early minutes from him. So Sepper has it now. He gets it to Reed on the left. Back up top to Sepper. Sepper looking, back to Reed. Sepper cuts. Inside, and the pass is stolen by the Tigers. Josh loses it, but gets it back. Good tough dribble there, and he will come up the court. Scretchen, drives left, kicks it out. And a foul called on Ezel Harding. It was on Reed. Reed with his signature yellow shoes. Russell inbound under the basket. Graham swings it. Josh, Adrian, one more swing. Bobby inside. Pass to Graham. Good cut by Graham. And the shot is just short. No good. Looked like a foul there maybe, but no call from the referees, and Sepper will take it back up. Sepper tries inside. No. Gets it to Ellis. Ellis back to Sepper to Reed. To Sepper again. Sepper to Reed. Reed not to Sepper. Now does. Sepper. Back to Reed. They love that pass, don't they? And a 3-second is called. Webster clicked to say that's my fault, and it is. It is your fault, Webster. So the Tigers will head the other way. Score is still knotted at 7-7 with 2:32 to go in the first quarter. Scretchen lets the ball roll, now gets it. He drives right. And a foul is called on the floor on Griffin. Russell will inbound under the basket. Ezel Harding coach not happy with that one. Graydon wide open. Elects not to take it. But Bobby does and bangs it home. Great inbounds play from the Tigers, setting up a 3 yet again as they did earlier in the game with Jacob. And the Tigers' lead is 3 once again. Hunt up top with the ball. He gets it inside to Price. Price, wild shot, careens off the side, and Bobby corrals the rebound. Bobby quick to push, Price guarding. Bobby across to Russ. Russ to Josh. Scretchen thinks about it. Nope. Now he drives in, and what a step back. Elects not to take it, kicks it back out. It's to Bobby to Adrian. Good screen by Graydon. Adrian to Josh. Fake shot. Now Adrian with the 3-pointer. This one rattles off. Price up the court for Ezel Harding. Price loops the pass. Shot is no good by Ezel Harding, and a blocking foul is called. Let's see who the foul is on, as it was Ellis taking the shot for the Eagles. Foul is on Graydon. He was in the area. Ellis' first free throw is good, shortening the lead to just 2. 1:32 to go in this senior night first quarter. So a lot of good minutes early from the seniors. Obviously Jack maybe not playing with the an interesting travel call on Josh. It'll be Ezel Harding's ball, but as I was saying, Reed, some good early minutes by the seniors. Jack maybe not playing his best game right now, but had a couple of good rebounds and creating separation. Jacob with a nice shot. Graham, making things work, getting to the basket. Tigers only hold a 1-point lead in this game, but you got to be happy with how the seniors came. Got to have a lot of jitters, a lot of fans in the stands, parents. It's senior night, and just got to be happy with how they executed to start the game. Hunt's shot is no good, and Adrian will take it the other way. He thinks about it, now drives back out to Russ. Russ inside. No, back out to Bobby. Wide open three-point shot is good. And a foul is called. It is a push. On what? No. It is on Webster. It's his first foul of the game, and Ezel Harding's sixth. So USN will retain possession. Usually you'd have a free throw on that, I thought, but apparently I was wrong. And that's just like a make-it-take-it play and pickup. So USN quick to set up their inbounds play. They do. Josh had the open shot, but elected not to take it. He gets it to Adrian, back to Bobby. Thinks about it, now pulls. Oh, and it just rattles out. That would have set the student section into a frenzy there. And honestly, that was a good look-off shot by Bobby. A little bit of a heat check, he was feeling it. The student section surely agreed. Would have been nice to see that one rattle home. So it'll be Liddell with the ball. He gets it to Ellis. Back to Liddell. Liddell looking, finds Hunt on the left side. Back up to Liddell. Back to Hunt. Kicks it to Liddell. Liddell looking at his coach for guidance. Some heckles from the student section. Gotta love those. Back to Hunt. To Liddell again. To Hunt. Will he get it to Liddell? He does. Will he get it to Hunt? Yes! To Liddell again! And a push-off is called with just 3.5 to go as Hunt's three-point shot was well short. It'll be USN's ball. Russ to inbound. You gotta drop something here. See if you can get a couple more points before the end of this first quarter. Russ directing traffic. The ref hands him the ball. Excuse me, there will be a sub. It will be Price coming in the game for Liddell. And Sepper coming back in for Griffin. Russ inbounds to Josh in the backcourt. He drives up. The floater at the buzzer is good! A John Morant-like play at the end of the first quarter by Josh Gretchen. And USN's lead is at 6 as we hit the end of the first quarter. A good first quarter by the Tigers. Let's see if they can keep things going and win this basketball game. Welcome back to the Tiger Den. Your University School of Nashville Tigers are leading 15-9 at the start of the second quarter. It will be Ezel Harding with the ball as Sepper has it at the top of the key. He surveys and finds Hunt on the right. Hunt inside to Price, tipped out by Josh. Good defensive play, but Ezel Harding gets it back, tipped by Josh again. Man, Josh is all over the place tonight. Refs debating the call, and it will be USN's ball heading the other way. Oh, excuse me, Black's ball. Ezel Harding. Wood Spencer checks into the game for Graydon. Some good minutes by Graydon. As Bobby with a beautiful steal on the inbounds pass. It's Josh heading the other way. And a charge is called. USN had a chance for a great highlight reel play on that one, but it was no good. A charge is called. And it will be the Eagles ball heading the other direction. Sepper will take it up. Taking orders from his coach now. He kicks it right to Hunt. Hunt down. It'll be Ellis with the shot, no good. Josh with the tough rebound in traffic. He's coming the other way, gets it to Russ. Russ back out to Adrian, to Russ again. Wide open three-point shot by Russ, and it bangs home. So the Tigers converting on many of their three-point attempts earlier in this game. I believe they've only missed one, maybe two, and it has given them a 9-point lead. Sepper's long three-pointer is no good. Rebound Russ. Russ to Josh heading the other way. Bobby calls for the ball. He is wide open, but Josh doesn't see him. Elects to take it himself. It is off the upper part of the basket. No good. Out of bounds. Ezel Harding's ball. Sepper will take it up once again. He seems to be the key to this Ezel Harding offense, getting things started for them in the half court. Tigers defense moving around well. Josh and Bobby up top as Hunt's three is no good. Rebound Coleman. His shot is no good, but a rebound once again, and he puts in the shot for two as Ezel Harding's coach screams for a timeout. So the score is 18-11, Tigers over Eagles. 6:30 to go in the second quarter. Lee, is there anything you want the Tigers to improve on as they head down the stretch in this first half?
Honestly, there's not much. The Tigers have been having a really good game so far. They've been hitting some shots, especially Bobby Lowe. He's had a couple. He's been on fire lately. He's only missed one three-pointer, but he's made about 2 or 3. So just keep up that offensive production is really what I'm looking for.
Bobby does seem to have the hot hand tonight, and his teammates sure know it. Reminds me of a three-point performance by Omri Catsby a couple years ago for the Memphis Grizzlies. Just could not seem to miss. And it will be USN's ball out of the timeout. Leading by 7. Josh will take it up for the Tigers. Screen set by Woods. Josh doesn't take it. Instead, he passes right to Adrian. Adrian surveys. Woods another screen. Adrian doesn't take that one either. He gets it back to Josh. Josh thinks about it, goes inside, pass back out to Bobby. Bobby to Josh in the wing. Good cut. Some great movement offensively by the Tigers tonight. Getting to the open space a lot. Could send some wide open shots. Josh was open. He elects not to take it. Fake inside. And a travel is called. Another interesting call, but can only play with what's given to us. So it'll be a sideline inbounds for Ezel Harding. Hunt with the ball on the right. He gets it inside to Price. Price looking back out. Stifling defense by the Tigers, but Hunt gets it inside, and his layup is good. So the Tigers had a good trap there, but Ezel Harding is able to make their way out of it and get a layup by Hunt to cut the lead to just 5. Bobby on the left side. He drives in. Gets it inside to Woods, but the pass is tipped and stolen by, I believe that was Sepper with the steal. Price corralled the ball, and he gets it to Sepper on the right. Sepper looping pass to Hunt in the corner. This one is to Ellis. Three-pointer no good. Rebound Coleman inside to Hunt. Blocked by Woods. Oh, what a block by Woods. And it will be a jump ball heading USN's direction as Graham Elliott, round mound of rebound, checks into the game for the Tigers. Adrian will take a seat on the bench as Russ gets the ball into Josh. They are close to hitting the 5-minute mark here in the second quarter. Tigers holding on to a 5-point lead as Graham has the ball inside. He gets it back out to Josh. Josh fakes. The floater is just short. So that quick little hesitation jab step by Josh has worked on so many teams, so many defenders, but sometimes you just want him to take the open 3. I mean, he was wide open on that possession. Clearly the ball don't lie mentality of the floater will tell you as much, as Ezel Harding will have the ball going the other way. A steal by USN. It's Woods. His layup is through the net. And the lead is back up to 7 as Price heads down the court. Price long looping pass to Sepper. Sepper inside. Excuse me, that's outside to Ellis. Ellis' three-point shot rattles home. And the lead is just 4 now. Josh up top. Well, inside-out dribble. Gets it right to Bobby. Bobby looking inside to Graham. He gets it to him. And a push is called on Coleman. So the USN Bigs doing a good job of drawing those fouls inside. Isel Harding with 7 already in this first half. Graham will be heading to the line for a 1-and-1. Griffin checks back into the game as Coleman takes a seat. That was just his second foul of the game, but he has been a menace in the paint for Isel Harding. Hunt with the jump shot. Back out to Ellis. Back out to Hunt. His three-pointer is too strong over the top of the backboard, and that, my friends, is out of bounds. I don't make the rules, but I'd be glad to explain them to you. Bobby up top. He fakes the shot, now steps back out. The shot by Bobby is just no good. Rebound Price. Price heading up the court. He drives right. Full head of steam. And what a beautiful coast-to-coast and one play by Price. Tigers have got to pick up the ball there. The lead is just 2018 with under 4 minutes to go in this second quarter. Price will be shooting one free throw. And his free throw is good. It'll be Russ heading the other way. He kicks it to Josh. Josh crossing half court. He looks left to Bobby and finds him. Left to Russ. Russ back inside. Good jump stop pass. And Graham was hacked by Hunt. Good call by the refs on that one. It's exactly the kind of offensive play that USN wanted. Coach Jones is yelling directions to Graham on the sideline, probably words of encouragement. That was a beautiful play there by the Tigers. And Graham will shoot 2 free throws here, up 1. Isel Harding's cheerleaders chanting to rebound the basketball, but they don't realize that Graham Elliott doesn't miss free throws. What did I tell you? So it's Sepper the other way. USN's lead is 3, with 3:33 to go in this second quarter. Isel Harding setting up their offense. Ellis has it on the left. Gets it back up top to Sepper, who swings it to Price. Price back to Sepper. Sepper to Ellis. To Sepper. Will he find Ellis or will he find Price? Sepper looks. He finds neither. He finds Hunt. Hunt leaving pass to Ellis. Inside to Griffin. Back out to Ellis, and Russ just lost him there, but a good missed shot by Isel Harding, and it will be USN's ball out of bounds on Hunt heading the other way. So it'll be Josh up the court. Dribbles behind his back, now in between his legs again. Gets it to Bobby on the left. Bobby back to Russ. Russ to Woods. USN doing a good job of distributing the ball in the second quarter. Josh has it up top. Gets it to Bobby. Oh, Bobby had the open shot, but he's looking for Graham. Probably a good decision. Graham's hook shot is no good. A little too short. Josh with the quick rebound. Back out to Russ. Russ finds shots on three-point line. Another wide open shot for him. But the shot careens off the front of the rim. It'll be Hunt the other way. Inside out dribble. Inside. Ellis throws it up. No call. Ellis looks flabbergasted, and it will be USN's ball. Josh inside. Gets it to Graham. The pass is knocked out of bounds. Graham knew it as soon as he lost it. It will be Isel Harding's ball. Graham visibly frustrated with that one. He had positioning, but he just lost the ball out of bounds. It was good defensive play by the Eagles. Just under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Griffin inside. Woods tried to get over to play help defense, but he was too late. USN's lead is cut to just 1. Double screen. Josh inside. Great play by the Tigers. That was some beautiful basketball, y'all. Double screen set by the Tigers. You had Woods cutting inside. His man just lost him, and Josh found him. As Hunt hits the 3 to tie up the game in the second quarter for Isel Harding. Woods inside again. Seems to be one of Josh's favorite targets tonight, but his layup is no good. Rebound Sepper up the court. Inside to Price. Price inside to... Ladies and gentlemen, I have no words for that one. I have no words. That was a monster of a block by Josh Gretchen on the low post to save a basket and keep this game knotted up at 24. Semper can't find anyone. Now he does. It's Ellis on the wing. His three-point shot's no good, but Price gets the rebound before Josh can head the other way. Price up top to Hunt. Elects to shoot the three. It is no good, and Bobby has it now. He tried to loop the pass ahead to Josh, who had nothing but hard floor in front of him, but the pass is stolen. It's Price the other way. To Hunt. Hunt's layup is no good. Rebound. Graham blocks the shot. Fighting for the ball, and a foul is called. It will be heading the other way. Another foul is called on Ezell Harding. It was on Price, his first of the game. But that is the 10th of the game for Ezell Harding, so Graham will be shooting 2 shots. So Reed, I have yet to commentate a game this season where one of the teams doesn't get into the double bonus. I don't know if it's the new rules in TSSAA. A lot of more hand checks being called, a lot more pushes in the front court. Usually doesn't come to the benefit of USN, but tonight it has been, as Graham gets the lead out to 1 with 45.1 to go in the second quarter. Your thoughts?
It just seems like any sort of physical play is met with a foul. And like you said, it has worked out for USN in this game specifically, but I don't know that I agree with that. I think you should, the phrase, let him play. I mean, I think there still are fouls to be called, but I think they're being called too frequently.
Can't speak for Ezell Harding, but USN is generally a more physical team. Definitely doesn't favor them when the refs are calling a bunch of ticky-tack fouls, but tonight it seems to have been. Hunt has it back up top with 15 seconds to go. His three-point shot's no good. Rebound to Griffin. Griffin's layup's no good. Fighting for the rebound under, he gets it back. He tries to get it to Price, and he does. And a 3-second is called on Ezell Harding. They had it for what seemed like an eternity under the basket, but USN escapes with a 2-point lead and 6 seconds to go in the half. So it'll be Josh with 6, with 5, with 4. Josh inside, loses the ball. Bobby up top, his three-pointer. No good at the buzzer. Would have been a highlight moment for the Tigers there, but they will head to halftime with a 2-point lead on senior night, February 4th, in the Tiger Den. So a tough half from the Tigers. Tough end of the half from the Tigers. They saw their once almost double-digit lead diminished to a tie game, but they took the lead heading into half. Got to be happy with that. We'll see if Coach Jones can, say some things in the locker room to spark this team on their senior night, create some halftime adjustments so that USN can run away with this. Your thoughts, Reed?
It just seems like on defense, USN's giving Ezell Harding too much time and space to work with them.
for some second half action here in the Tiger Den. Score is 26-24.
Your USN Tigers over the Ezel Harding Eagles. So we start our third quarter.
Sepper up top. Gets it to Griffin on the left. Griffin, long pass inside that is stolen by Russ. Russ the other way to Josh. Josh back to Russ. Russ looking inside, now drives. Back up top to Josh. To Adrian in the corner. Great look off by Adrian, but his three-pointer is just short. Rebound, Graydon. Graydon, no good. Rebound, Josh. Josh inside, no good. Rebound, Graydon. And Graydon's layup leads in. Little hot potato action from Graydon and Josh there off the backboard. They get the 2 points for the Tigers to open up this second half. It will be Griffin with the ball heading the other way to Sepper. Sepper inside to Price. Price with the travel call. And it will be the Tigers' ball. So USN started this half with Josh, Bobby, Russ, Adrian, and Graydon. Their usual starting lineup out on the court. Josh gets it to Adrian, to Bobby on the left. Bobby thinks, now looks inside, the pass is tipped back out to Adrian. Adrian to Bobby again, wide open three. It's just long. Bobby collapsed after his miss, clearly upset by that one. Tried to give him some words of encouragement at the break, and he clearly took them to heart. Fight for the ball. As the out-of-bounds call heading Ezel Harding's direction. Bobby doesn't agree with that one. To be honest, neither do I. Not because I had a good vantage point, but because I generally favor all things USN bias. So Josh steals the inbounds pass, and he's heading up the court. Up the left side. His layup's no good, a bit too strong, but Graydon right there to clean up his mess. USN extends their lead to 6. Price heading the other way. Reed inside, back out to Griffin. Griffin looks, finds Sepper up top. Sepper tries to swing it. Now does to Reed. Reed directing Sepper. Gets it back to Sepper. Sepper off the screen from Reed. Looks inside to Price, doesn't have him, so he gets it back up to Reed. Reed, the tough shot is good and a foul. I believe that one's on Graydon. So, lucky shot by Reed there. Used the momentum to rough up with Graydon. It'll be his first foul of the game. No, excuse me, third foul of the game. The Tigers' first of the half. So I misheard Coach Scouten there. So Ezel Harding, Reed specifically, will have 2 free throws. First free throws of this second half, coming with 5:56 left in this third quarter. It is good, and the Tigers' lead is just 3. One thing of note tonight, the Ezel Harding cheerleaders have been very aggressive towards the USN sideline. Now, just one thing, if you are a fan of the Ezel Harding cheerleading squad, we have numbers, and we are louder than you. Josh hits the 3, and the Tigers' lead is back up to 6. It's Reed coming right, inside to Coleman. Coleman's shot is no good, but a foul is called. I believe that one's on Kleiner. That would be unfortunate if it is. It is his 3rd of the game, and it is. Blocking foul in the paint. So Coleman will shoot 2 free throws. Timeout is called, I believe, by Coach Jones. We have our first stoppage of play in the second half. Tigers 33, Eagles 27, 5:31 to go in this third quarter. Reed, what do you like coming out of half for the Tigers?
They seem to be pretty aggressive, which is good to try to get points on the board, but it just seems like a lot of their shots aren't falling. The team has showed a lot of athleticism. They've been very aggressive. Especially Josh Gretchen has just been hustling up and down the court. It's just unfortunate some of the shots aren't falling, but if they keep it up, eventually the shots will fall, and the Tigers will get more points on the board. So it's been pretty positive. As you can see, the scoreboard shows it as they have a 6-point lead over them.
Tigers do seem to always come out of the start of the game or the break very electrifying and aggressive off of the back of the man who is the flow of their offense, Joshua Scretchen. Coleman's first free throw is no good. The lead is still 6. His second is no good as well. Rebound Josh. Josh up. Finds Jack wide open. And a foul is called as Jack's almost dunk attempt somehow found its way to, off the side of the rim. No good. So he will have 2 free throws. Now, honestly, Jack could have slammed that one home. Would have been fun to have that on the broadcast, but alas, he will head to the free throw line where he misses his first. One thing of note in the Sperling gym, Coach Scouten has done an excellent job of adding banners showing the specific state and regional tournament championship years for all USN athletics, in addition to adding more statistics banners for track and field, and in a list of the 1,000 Point Club 1,000 Point Club members in USN Tigers history. Just a nice touch. Really gives the Sperling gym a little more homey feel, makes it feel more like the Tiger Den. And I, for one, love the addition. I love showcasing USN accomplishments, and kudos to Coach Scouten and the rest of the staff for installing those banners. So the Tigers have it inside. It'll be Jack in the lane, and his layup is good. Good post move by Jack there on his senior night. Reed has it up top for the Eagles. Gets it left to Ellis. Inside to Griffin, and his layup attempt is good as well. So Isa Harding playing game of right back at you. Anything you can do, I can do better. As Josh's layup attempt careens off the front of the rim, but Hunt can't find it. Now he does, somehow. And another dangerous pass this time. So the ball heads out of bounds off of Kleiner. He was very upset by that one. And Elliott will check into the game for Jack.
And although that play didn't really go his way, you can really see the work ethic that Kleiner has. You see game in and game out, he completely puts all of his energy into winning those 50-50 balls, and it's really impressive the hard work he puts in.
Kleiner does do a very good job of providing a spark for this Tigers team. Very aggressive on both the offensive and defensive end. The timeout is called by Isa Harding with 4:17 to go in this third quarter. Your Tigers 33, Isa Harding Eagles. Your Tigers 35, Isa Harding Eagles 33. The Tigers are just a 2-point lead. They've seen their lead extend to 6 and 7 at times in this second half. What do you want the Tigers to improve on in the second half of the third quarter?
It's really just, there's too many small physical mistakes. When the ball just slips out of your hand, goes away. It's just that kind of thing where it's just the slightest bit sloppy, and if the Tigers can clean that up, they can extend the lead from 2 points to something like 10 points, like similar to what the girls did.
I do agree with you that the little things seem to be plaguing the Tigers here. It allowed Isa Harding to climb back into this game after a good run to open the second half. Bobby on the right side. Drives in, doesn't like what he sees, and a jump ball is called before Reed can head the other direction for the Eagles. It will stay with USN. Elliott signals for the 5 play call on the out of bounds. Bobby wide open up top. No good. Rebound Isa Harding. So Bobby has lost the touch that he seemed to have in the first quarter and first half as a whole. Maybe it's butterflies, maybe it's just overconfidence, but Bobby can make those shots. I've seen him do it before. We've seen him do it this game. So if I had any advice for him, I'd just say keep shooting and they'll find the bottom of the basket more times than not. Great defensive possession by the Tigers. Webster for the Eagles was fighting for position inside there, but Elliott doing a good job of not allowing him to get the ball, and Russ came away with the steal. Russ has it up top now, gets it inside to Elliott, but the pass is, not tipped. It was just an errant pass off the fingertips of Elliott, out of bounds, heading the Eagles' direction. Sepper up top now. Hesitates on the shot, doesn't pull it, gets it to Hunt, back to Sepper. Over to Hunt again. Hunt pulls it this time, and it finds the bottom of the net. I don't even think it skimmed the rim on that one. Isel Harding has taken the lead. Josh inside, no good, but a foul is called.
And like you were saying earlier about Bobby, I see the same thing with Adrian Samuels. He hasn't really hit very many shots this game, but I've seen him knock those deep shots down before. I think if he throws them up, eventually they'll fall and he'll start getting those 3 points for the Tigers.
Isel Harding does not seem to be in the business of closing out in this game. Many Tiger players have gotten wide open 3-point shots or long twos. They connected on a lot of them in the first half, which is what gave them that lead right before the Eagles' run to end it. They don't seem to be connecting on them here, relying a lot more on their inside game and transition offense. Josh's 2 free throws find the bottom of the net, and the Tigers regain the lead by 1. Just under 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Sepper heading the other way. He's looking, he finds Ellis. Ellis up top, dribbles between his legs, goes right, back out to Price. Price surveys, calls for Hunt to come get the ball. Bobby quick on his hip, now backs up. Hunt up top, Bobby stays with him. Over to Price on the right, Price inside, Josh on him. And one, that is on the floor, but a foul is still called on Josh. Questionable call there. But we take what the refs give us. It will be an out-of-bounds play for Isel Harding. Sepper is looking. He can't find anyone. Now he does, it's Ellis in the corner. Shot is too strong, rebound Russ. Russ hands it off to Josh, who heads the other way. Josh coming right. Passes up top to Bobby. Bobby fakes the shot. Signature shot fake, head fake of his. Beautiful pass by Adrian off the feed from Bobby. Finds Elliott, who misses his first layup attempt, but just being the bigger guy in the paint, gets his own rebound and puts it back in for 2, extending the Tigers' lead to 3. A little over 2 minutes left in this third quarter as Hunt drives into the lane. Gets it back out to Sepper. And a double foul is called. Both players upset, choosing to take it out in different ways. Webster fleeing to his coach on the sideline, and Elliott laughing it off. I think that speaks a little bit about the mental toughness of this Tigers team. The timeout is called by Isel Harding. Excuse me, that timeout was by USN. It will be a full.
I think a key for in this game for USN's offense is rebounding. We've seen in the past few minutes USN's been getting more rebounds and they've got more points on the board. And rebounding is sort of like it's really an overlooked thing in basketball. And if the Tigers can continue to get rebounds, continue to get their big men by the hoop, and can continue to pull the ball down and put it back up for short 2-pointers, I think I can see some real success on the scoreboard.
Those of you who have played in any sort of basketball league when you were little surely can remember some coach telling you to box out. Rebound's definitely an important part of the game, as you said, Reed. Maybe something that is taken a little too taken for granted a little too much of the time. This Tigers team isn't exactly the tallest team in the division, but they have height. They can use it to their advantage. Price in the corner. Thinks about it, now drives in, spin move, gets it inside to Webster. Webster shot fake, and puts the layup clean off the glass for 2. Under 2 minutes to go in this third quarter, Tigers holding on to a 1-point lead. Josh driving right. Thinks about it, no. Gets it to Adrian on the right. Adrian back left to Josh. Josh at the top of the key. Dribbling left, now right. Gets it to Russ on the right. Russ over on the left to Bobby, slings it to Josh. Josh looking inside, trying to find Graham. Graham creates a wide open lane, and one is called as Josh flips in the shot for 2. Some great separation created there by Graham Elliott. Tried to create separation for himself to get the feed inside, but Josh, realizing that he couldn't loop the pass over, allowed Graham to almost set a back screen for him as he took it and went all the way in. So Josh converts on the free throw to extend the lead to 4.
And that play really just was a perfect example of the basketball skill and basketball IQ of Joshua Scutchin working together in one moment. Really impressive play.
As a defensive player in the game of basketball, it can be very tough when the offense is flowing and players are moving and passing, you know, not just standing there complacent on the wings, but, you know, setting screens, running around, dishing. You saw it in both the guys and the girls games. USN, both teams have had some very pretty plays, and they've been the consequence of some good offensive movement by the Tigers. So Coach Jones and Coach Jules doing a great job of coaching their teams up, executing some great plays. Josh inside. Shot is no good and a charge is called. Josh upset with that one. Webster took it and Isa Harding will have the ball. Sub will be coming into the game. It is Reed checking in for Webster. Webster being rewarded for his charge with some time on the bench. Just over 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Price has the ball on the right side of the top of the key. Pulls it back out to the volleyball line and gets it to the left side to Sepper. Sepper holding. Looks like they're going to hold for the last shot here. So we pass 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Players just standing around. Josh preaching some defense to his teammates. Now Isa Harding starts to run its play. Sepper dribbles over left. Tries to get to Price right. Can't. Almost gets in the backcourt, but doesn't. Price driving right. Tries to spin left. He doesn't. Steal by Josh. 2, 1. Josh puts up the shot. Oh, almost. Very similar play to his shot at the end of the first quarter when he stole it and ran the other way, puts in the floater from the free throw line. Alas, this one doesn't fall, and USN will hold its 4-point lead as we head into the fourth. We'll be back shortly. So it'll be Isa Harding's ball to start the fourth quarter. Tigers leading 42-38. On senior night in the Tiger Den, Sepper with the ball up top. He's looking right. He doesn't like what he sees. So he gets it left to Ellis. Ellis driving left. Inside. Foul is called on Russ, but the shot is no good. So Ellis will have 2 free throws. And I believe that is Russ's first foul of the game. It is. And it is USN's 7th. So Isa Harding will be shooting free throws regardless from here on out. Tigers did a good job of keeping their fouls to a minimum in the first half, but not such luck in the second.
Yeah, like you said, the Tigers are just a physical team, and there's a lot of fouls being called this season, so doesn't go to their advantage. So they're going to have to try to compensate for this. Because Isa Harding's going to be going to the line a lot. It seems like being in the bonus and likely soon going to be the double bonus. So Tigers are just going to have to score a lot of points on offense to make up for it. Like we just saw, Josh Scretchen just did it.
Scretchen shot swirls around the toilet bowl and falls through. Nice clean shot there from Josh. Ellis inside cut, pass is stolen. It's Russ to Josh, heading up the court. Russ calls for the ball, has it. Russ's jump shot is Jump stop, excuse me, is called as a travel. Interesting call there. A lot of the calls have been interesting tonight. You know, sometimes you just have games like that. Ellis has it on the right. He kicks it to Sepper across court. Sepper looking. Looking. Looking again. Still looking. Looking one more time. Keeps looking. Man, he is really searching out there. And he finally finds Price. He fakes left, goes right. And an absolutely beautiful play by Price to get the basket for the Eagles as the ref says something to Russ that he doesn't appreciate. So it'll be Josh heading up the right side, gets it to Russ on the left. Russ kicks it, and the pass is stolen by Sepper. Sepper retains possession. He goes in. His shot is too strong. Rebound Graydon. And Josh corrals it. Josh heading back up the court, looking not to make another mistake like the one they just did. Josh steps back out. Russ mishandles the pass, but Graydon dives forward and finds it. And a jump ball is called. It will be USN's ball. Woods checks into the game for Russ. Russ pretty upset that he is being subbed out, but it's not his decision. So Josh on the right side. Graydon directing traffic. Puts Woods in the right spot. Bobby now, back to Josh in the middle. Josh to the right, to Adrian, back up top to Josh. Josh looking. Graydon sets a screen. Josh elects not to use it, kicks it to Bobby. Bobby back to Josh. Tigers holding a 3-point lead, just under 6 minutes left in this game. Josh decides to shoot the three up top, and it rattles a bit too strong off the front of the rim. Rebound Price, who loses it. Josh has it back. He goes up the left side. And a charge is called. I don't even think Sepper had 1 ounce of stationary position there. But nonetheless, a charge. That is Josh's 4th foul of the game. That is the Tigers' last thing that they wanted to see. So Sepper crosses half court. He gets it right to Price. Price loses it, but gets it back. Now looking for a pass. He gets it up top to Sepper. Inside to Griffin. Griffin almost loses the handle. Somehow retains possession, and a foul is called on the Tigers? On the Tigers? It was on the Tigers. I believe that was on Bobby, because that is the 9th team foul of the game. Excuse me, that one was on Graydon, which is his 4th foul. So Josh and Graydon both have 4 fouls, but Coach Jones electing to keep them in for now, as nobody's at the scorer's table. Griffin's first free throw is good.
And about that foul trouble, if I'm Josh Gretchen right now, I want to stay as far away from playing defense as possible, because the Tigers do play an aggressive, physical style of defense. So if you're going to have any chance of staying in this game, you cannot foul, you can't take any risks. So he's got to be really more offensive, almost one-dimensional kind of player from here on out.
And Josh's aggressiveness and quick step on the offensive end are one of his team's greatest assets, but tonight it has plagued him as there have been 2, maybe 3 charges called on him. Don't know if I agree with all of them, but the refs call it how they see it. Yeah. Graydon has a beautiful block there.
Yeah, those charging calls, that's got to be my biggest fear as a USN fan, is because Josh Gretchen's probably his greatest asset is his speed. And when he drives into the paint and tries to make some layups or some short shots, a lot of times he ends up running into people, and that's good. It's good for Isa Harding drawing those fouls, but that's scary for USN.
And Reed, I'd be remiss if I didn't credit Isa Harding for noticing Josh's tough drives and stepping up to the challenge, drawing those charges. Just as much credit to them as we can give to the rest for calling them. So Bobby up top now, looks left, finds Josh. Josh thinks about it, but takes it back out, and he will get it to Adrian on the right. Adrian looking inside for Graydon, doesn't like what he sees, so he gets it to Josh back on the left. Josh driving right. He has an open lane. dumps it off to Graydon, but the pass is tipped out of bounds by Reed. It will stay with USN. So 4 minutes to go in this basketball game. The Tigers lead by 2. And Josh has the open shot, elects not to take it, gets it to Bobby on the right. Bobby to the corner to Adrian. Adrian, and a beautiful screen and roll play by Graydon, who can't get the layup to fall, but he will hit the free throw line for 2 after the foul on Esau Harding. That is Esau Harding's 5th foul of the half. So they are doing a much better job with the fouls than they did in the first half. It's the opposite of what USN is doing here in this game. Coach Jones watching patiently from the sidelines. He likes the lineup he has in right now, even with 2 players in deep foul trouble. Gotta say that's a pretty gutsy move by him, but nevertheless it seems to be working so far. Graydon's second free throw is no good after his first falls through, so the Tigers' lead is just 3 with 3:40 to go in this game. Sepper up top. Gets it to Griffin on the right. Griffin looking, and a kicked ball is called on Adrian. Good call there by the refs. So Hunt and Ellis will check into the game for Reed and Sepper. Ezel does seem to have a plethora of ball handlers. Can check into the game at ease. Hunt has it with Griffin up top. Griffin back to Hunt on the right. Hunt up top to Griffin. Will he kick to Hunt? No. He gets it to Price. Price looks, finds Griffin. Griffin to the lefty, Ellis. Ellis up top, stolen by Josh. Beautiful steal by Josh as Ellis telegraphed that pass. But Esau Harding heading the other way and getting a quick bucket by Coleman. Great response by Esau Harding as a timeout is called. Tigers lead remains 3 with 3 minutes left in this ballgame.
Funny, we were just talking about that fast, aggressive play from Josh Scutch and how that might get them in trouble. It just did the opposite. And although Esau Harding just even it up, they didn't even up, but they made up for the play that Josh Scutch just made. It's plays like that they're going to keep USN in the lead. Right now, there's 3 minutes left and they have a 3-point lead.
And on that note, Reed, it is a pet peeve of mine when players know they're in foul trouble and almost shrink away from the game because of it. You got to be more careful. You got to be a little less physical, definitely, but don't change your game. Josh has great spatial awareness, and I've seen them make that play hundreds of times. He knows the pass is coming. He gets out in front of it. He doesn't shove or bump into the player that he's stealing it from. He just tips the pass out ahead and lets his legs catch up to it for the easy layup. It's something that this guys team does a great job of, actually, poking the ball away. They get called for hand checks every now and then, but for the most part, they do a good job of leaving their body and the bumps and pushes out of the game and just allowing themselves to poke the ball out and steal it on the defensive end.
Yeah, and that steal was just absolutely brilliant because the distance Scutch kept before he jumped in on the play. It's almost like he was daring him to make that pass because he knew he could stop it. Very good basketball IQ, and like you said, he has a lot of awareness. He knows what he's doing out there. So just all around great play from Josh. Speaking of great plays, very good foul drawn there by Graydon Frank.
Graydon has been playing well tonight. Another interesting tidbit about this game, Josh hasn't made very many of those pull-up three-point shots from the top of the key that we've seen him drain time after time. As I said before, Josh does a great job when he sticks to what he does best, and that is one of the things that he does best, taking advantage of the sagging defense and hitting those threes, but tonight just don't seem to be falling for him.
Like you said, the shots aren't falling, but the fact that USN can still get a lead just shows that he does have a good supporting cast around him. That's really crucial if you're going to win games like this, if it's close.
USN's field goal percentage may not exactly be where they want it to be, but for the most part, the Tigers are executing the plays that Coach Jones has drawn up for them as Bobby hypes up Graydon, who has yet another chance at the line for points. And that is the Eagles' 7th foul of the game, of the half. So every team will be shooting free throws from here on out if there is a foul call. Graydon's first free throw is off the back iron, no good. And you can just feel it in this student section. They're hungry. They want to see a good ending. Let's hope the Tigers can give them something to remember. This Graydon's second free throw rattles home. 2.5 to go in this ball game. Tigers lead by 4 as Quinn checks into the game for the first time. So USN seniors remaining on the bench for most of this second half. We saw some flashes from Jack and Graham. For the most part, Coach Jones sticking to his usual game plan. And it is working as the Tigers have a 4-point lead. Hunt has it on the right. He's taking his time. He's coming left. Now gets it to Price, driving right. Price with a little shove off, no call. Layup is no good. A rebound, Graydon. Graydon to Adrian, coming up the right side. Adrian will slow it down for the Tigers as we enter under 2 minutes to go in this ball game. Josh with a quick stutter step at the top of the key. Gets it to Bobby on the right. Bobby looking. Dribbles it back out. Now decides to drive. Still has it up top. Tries to throw the lead pass to Adrian. It's telegraphed by Coleman. But Adrian able to recover it, and a travel is called on Quinn, who got the layup to go. The shot will be no good. With 1:33 to go in the game, Tigers still leading 49-45. Coach yelling out 25. Tigers look confused, but they get into it. Hunt with the ball now. He's driving right. No, he kicks inside to Griffin, who loses the ball out of bounds, and it will be USN's ball. Great defensive play by Adrian Samuels there to force the turnover. 1:15 to go in the game now. 4-point lead for the Tigers. Do they have some magic left in them? Josh taking the ball down the right side. Graydon comes up to set the screen. Josh uses it, and a foul is called on Coleman. And it's Ezel Harding's 8th of the game, and Josh will be shooting a 1-on-1. That is Coleman's 4th as well. As Ellis comes to the scorer's table, he checks into the game for Griffin. And Sepper comes back in for Reed.
Let's keep in mind this is a 2-possession game. The Eagles are going to need to make some good stops here if they want to win this game. So it's gonna be huge for the Tigers to just limit Ezel Harding from getting any sort of possession of the ball.
You know, usually, Reed, I'd agree with you, but I've seen 8-point leads in this gym with less than a minute to go diminish to just 1 in a matter of seconds. So Tigers have definitely got to not lose their heads as we approach 1 minute to go in this game, up 6. So it'll be Sepper with the ball coming down the left side. We have passed the minute mark, folks. This thing is getting good. Hunt has it at the top of the key.
It's looking like at some point Ezel Harding is going to have to make a 3. It's not guaranteed, but if they want to win this game, they're most likely going to have to hit a 3-point shot in the next 48 seconds.
I'd agree with you there. Teams that hit a 3-point shot in the last minute always seem to force their way back into a game, as some chippiness between the Ezel Harding and Tigers players. Ezel Harding called a timeout before Quinn jumped on top of Hunt. And Hunt didn't like the aggressiveness that Quinn had. Exchanged a few words, maybe a little shove. I didn't exactly see it. But it will be a technical foul on Hunt. Huge break for the Tigers there. And as the coach of Ezel Harding, you've got to be furious with Hunt. They had a chance to come back into this game. They had the ball. They just called for the technical foul.
This is absolutely the last time you want to be teed up. I mean, you're down 6 points with under a minute left. You want the ball, and you do not want Tigers to have any sort of possession, let alone free throws. Right?
It's just the kind of thing that takes the air out of you, you know? I'm sure Hunt was just into the game, playing aggressive, playing chippy. Got a little too much in his head, and it results in free throw attempts for the Tigers and possession of the ball, which is something you cannot afford when you are down 6 with under 50 seconds left. So it will be Josh shooting the technical free throw.
And the fact that discretion at the free throw line is, again, the last thing you would want if you're Ezel Harding, because he is probably this USN's most accurate shooter. As we see, he's now made it a 3 a 3-possession game, potentially even more than that.
Josh's second free throw is good. Fluffy as butter. And the Tigers will retain possession of the ball up 8. With 48.3 left in the ball game.
And if you're Ezo Harding, you want your best shooters on the court right now. Because like I said, they were probably going to need a 3-pointer a few seconds ago. Now it's an 8-point deficit. You're going to need some 3-point shots to win this game. So you want your absolute best shooting guards on the court.
Eagles definitely want to have many shooters on the court, probably a rebounder or two. Just make sure free throw game goes their way. Josh with a rare free throw miss will keep the lead at 8 as Coach Jones sends all 4 other Tigers players back to defend with 46.7 left in the fourth quarter. Josh's second free throw is good and the lead is up to 9. Sepper comes up the court. He crosses half court as the clock crosses 40 seconds. It's Price on the right side. Comes back left. Inside. A charge is called. What an amazing play by the freshman Quinn as USN gets the ball back with 35.2 to go, up 9.
That is a questionable decision to go for a 2-point shot with 35 seconds left, down 9 points. I don't know what was going through his head, but I wouldn't have done that if I was him.
I definitely would have gone for a 3, but, you know, different coaches make different decisions.
Waste time. You know, there's no shot clock. There's no reason for him to shoot the ball. Just let Ezo Harding foul you, get it in the double bonus, and make your free throws.
This game from this point forward will be all free throw shooting. As we had some fans walk onto the court there. Wow, we have seen everything in this game, folks. Looked like a mom and her daughter walked on the court, didn't like something that one of the Tigers players said. And a technical foul is called yet again on Ezo Harding. Reed and I are laughing up here in the booth. And honestly, as a coach, you know, there's nothing you can do about that. You just hope your players, your parents know about player safety and the rules of the game. There's no place for that here in basketball. Bobby's 2 free throws are good. Will extend the Tigers' lead to 11 as Jacob Green checks back into the game, the beloved senior, with 28.4 seconds to go. Some heckling from the Ezo Harding sideline. You know, I really thought that would change the ref's mind, Reed, but with that stone-cold heart of theirs, the refs just decided to keep the technical free throw in the books. Graham Elliott checks into the game for Graydon, and Jack Kleiner will be checking into the game as well.
It's good to see all the seniors getting in. Once this game is, I mean, it's a 13-point deficit. The game is essentially over, so it's really good to see the seniors getting to play their last few seconds at home in the Tiger Dome.
USN students chanting warm up the bus, and they could not be more correct. It is pretty cold outside. So Jacob will dribble it out here. He gets it to Adrian. And as Jacob dribbles it out, this looks to be the hammer, nail, coffin. This baby is over as the clock counts down to 0. Your Tigers have defeated the Ezo Harding Eagles 58-45. We saw everything in this game, folks. We saw fast-paced action. We saw technical fouls. We saw free throws to open up the game before the ball had even been tipped. And at the end of the day, the Tigers come away with the win. We look forward to joining you once again as USN takes on their next opponent. But for now, we wish you all a good night and a happy Tigers win.